Art can shape how AI is governed. As we speak, AI is being used in health systems, in sentencing, and educational services. It is impacting citizens and institutions. An informed social dialogue with civil society on what is ethical and responsible AI is necessary to enable societies to grab the beneficial potential of AI and mitigate its risks. Unfortunately, a growing digital gap is affecting the capacity of civil society to understand artificial intelligence's implications and impeding the capacity to deploy AI ethically and sustainably in society. My InterArts research is based on the understanding that by fostering renewed perspectives on our digital futures, the arts are critical in shaping the evolution of AI. And some of the work I've done this year that I'm most proud of led to the adoption of international public policies with an expert group at the United Nations, recognizing and underscoring the key and fundamental role the arts play in digital governance. The premise of the Art Impact AI workshops was that artists are important drivers of citizen engagement that can inform the social dialogue on AI's potential, as well as its ethical and social implications. By reaching out to large and diverse publics, artists, cultural workers, and creative agents contribute to informing AI policies and thereby facilitate a more inclusive and democratic governance of AI. During our workshops, we asked how AI might impact artists and their communities, and how artists wanted to impact AI's development and governance. At the end of the workshops, I asked participants to choose one of three postcards. The blue one was for information, yellow was for I want more access to AI, and the red postcard said, I want to impact AI's development and governance. What their hopes or fears about AI were, what strategies or what solutions they saw fit to achieve the hopes and avoid the risks. Those words were summarized, those texts were summarized and put into a text-to-image converter. The attention GAN paper is listed at the end in the references. But what it does, in short, is it will take those words and output an image. So, for example, if you put this is a red bird, the idea is that the image converter will show you a image of a red bird. In this case, I quickly found out very interesting results depending on which words were put in. If I put in words such as civil society and governance and the role of art, for example, I would get an image that looks a little bit like The Scream, with police blues. The image looked very agitated, even though the text itself was meant to be positive. If I input words such as woman, beauty, imperfect, I got an abstract painting that looked like a pear shape. The output is very sometimes surprising in its poetic interpretation. I participated in a project called Corona Haikus, where we wrote about our experience, and I was talking about digital tears, and the application resulted in something that looked like a window and petals and a flower. It became a kind of a conversation between me and AI. Artists, cultural workers, creative agents, and community leaders can help citizens understand algorithmic logic and the implications of AI technologies and contribute to an informed, embodied envisioning of our futures and shape the narrative around AI. Artists can be a driving force towards informed and legitimate AI policies and revitalize democratic processes in the adoption of ethical and regulatory guidelines about AI development and governance. They can assist the progress of social growth that is necessary to keep up with the rapid implementation of AI in everyday applications. The most important skills of the future are creativity, critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration. These important skills are under threat if we automate blindly without investing into education and a thriving cultural sector. Artists can drive the use of AI towards improvements in human rights by engaging diverse publics on issues such as gender bias, racial profiling, surveillance.